I am not even at struggle to where some people see like no struggle. I'm not even there. This is bottom enough. This is bottom enough. I have no complaints. This is bottom enough. Lord, this is bottom enough. Hey y'all, how y'all doing? It is Ari here from My Healing Prescription, a soft place to land for all things healing. So listen, today is day 15 out of my 30-day Why Not Bloom challenge. Kudos to me because I am halfway done, y'all. I'm halfway done, and the first half has been phenomenal. I've learned so much about myself. I've learned so much about technology and Canva and Shopify and Printify and all these things. I've learned so much. And so today I just want to be a little chill because y'all seen a lot of screen sharing and hour and a half, almost 2 hour long videos. But this time I just want to talk about a mental health check, a check-in. We halfway there. How we feeling? What's the vibe? What's going on? So basically, I just want to start with how I'm feeling, how I'm doing mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, socially during this challenge, and financially too, because that is the point of this challenge. So let's get into it. So how am I doing? Right now, I feel really good about this challenge. Not necessarily on a financial aspect, but I feel really good as far as I'm showing up for myself. I'm showing up, I'm showing off a little bit, like showing what I'm really capable of. I think a lot of people see people and be like, oh, she calls herself a creative, and that don't mean nothing to me. But being a creative, one, is hard, but two, it's a real thing. Like, there are a lot of things that I'm talented in, but I am working on honing in on those skills and making money off of a lot of aspects of me and of who I am. So I'm creative when it comes down to tech. I'm creative when it comes down to marketing and design and things like that. I'm also creative when it comes down to artistically, right? And so I'm trying to tap into all of those talents and gifts, and I'm trying to monetize them and seeing which one sticks. Obviously, throwing spaghetti on the wall, see what sticks, right? And it's been 15 days, and a part of me is really, really tired. But then there's another part of me that's saying we have to keep going regardless. I'm pushing myself not to the limits as far as I'm neglecting my needs and I'm overly drained and I'm burnt out. No, I'm pushing myself past what I've known. What I've known was do a little bit here, do a little bit there, and then we self-care. No, this is let's do what we gotta do as far as doing everything in our power to make this content creation, this serial entrepreneurship work. And if it just so happens that it does not, then we're gonna go back to square one and we're going to get a job to do what we need to do as far as our basic needs, right? How I'm feeling is there's a little bit of fear there, obviously, because what if this doesn't work? What if I'm doing all of this stuff on here and what if it doesn't work? And that's the part that kind of makes me a little sad. I could probably cry right now, and actually I would cry right now, but I'm going to try and control that, okay? But I'm working my butt off and I'm doing a wonderful job. And so it's almost like, because I've done way more than I've ever done before, it's like, how can it not work? How can the work that I'm putting in, how can it not work? And that's where I'm at. So that how can it not work overrides my what if it doesn't. Obviously, it's normal to have that little thought in the back of your mind, like, I'm doing all this, it better work out, it better pay off. But at this point, I've done so much to make it work that there's no way it shouldn't. And if it doesn't, I'm going to be okay with the results, because at the end of the day, I know what work I put in. It's not like I'm over here overly drinking and overly partying and out here doing things I'm not supposed to be doing. Like, I'm locked in to days where I'm literally in my basement going in from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. straight. And so it's just like, I know what kind of work I'm putting in. And at this point, the question is when it's going to work. That's where I'm at, is when is this going to work? Because God's timing is perfect, and I can't question that. I'm not going to say never going to question it, because baby, I'll be like, God, when you going? I'm waiting. Waiting. But it's to the point where it's just like, okay, when is it gonna work? I trust that God is putting me in the right position. He's fixing my mind. He's altering my heart. He's making sure my heart is in the right position. It's my heart posture, making sure my heart is in the right position as far as when I get money, when I get to that $100,000, when I get to that millionaire status, how is my heart gonna be? And this is a real thing for me to say. I would rather not have money if I'm not going to have the heart for it. I would literally rather not have $100,000 if I'm not gonna know what to do with it here. If I'm gonna be bitter and mean, I'd rather not have that money. So how am I doing? Scared. Scared because of the fact that, like, how am I gonna be when I get that money? And so this helps in this process as far as, yes, I'm on a financial journey right now. So it helps in this process for me to be honest about where I am. Self-awareness is huge when it comes down to wealth, overall wealth. I do not want to be bitter. I do not want to be in an unforgiving space. I do not want to be upset about the people who have not supported me throughout this entire journey. Obviously, it sucks, right? It sucks when people don't support you, when you working your butt off. I'm literally posting in real time every day. That takes a toll. And I'm not crying because I'm like sad. It's just, maybe I am, hell. But it's just like, I just want it all to pay off. I really do. I really do. Sorry for the tears. Hate to be the person who cried on camera, but I literally am learning to document my entire process. I have to document this entire process, the ups, the downs. This is so humbling for me because, like, even for my event that's happening in 2 days, I'm nervous. What if a lot of people don't show up? Projected right now, it's not a lot of people. And I'm also nervous to showcase that. But I literally know my events will not be like this forever. I know that. I know that. And it's okay. And I want to make sure my heart is in the right position to say I'm humble enough to show you my event regardless. Whether it's 3 people or 10 people or 20 people, I'm in a position where I have to show you what happens on Sunday regardless, because when you all see what God actually does for me, y'all gonna be able to be like, I remember when she had 3 people at her event. So it's humbling, and you have to make sure that if you want to put yourself in a position of wealth to be the first generation millionaire or whatever in your family, you also have to be okay with starting from the bottom. You have to know what $0 looks like for you to appreciate $1 million. You have to know what the bottom looks like in order for you to get to the top. It's a different kind of mindset to have when you know what the bottom looks like. Now, God bless those who are, what do they call them? The trust fund babies and stuff. Like, God bless you. And if you want to donate some of that to me, feel free. But God bless you, because you haven't had to experience struggle. You haven't had to experience certain things. I am not even at struggle to where some people see like no struggle. I'm not even there. This is bottom enough. This is bottom enough. I have no complaints. This is bottom enough. Lord, this is bottom enough. So obviously I tapped on this a little bit as well, but socially, I'm in a position where things are going really well on social media. As far as my engagement and my numbers, analytics, they're looking good. I've gained over 17 subscribers within this 14-day period. Today doesn't really count. I've gained 14, I've lost 2, and my watch hours for YouTube, I'm supposed to have 4,000 watch hours, but I ended up getting like 121 hours and 4,000 views throughout this 14-day time frame. So things are going up for me as far as my analytics. A lot of that is coming from strangers. And so of course it puts a damper on the mood as far as why aren't people supporting me? People that I know, but like I'm not really too focused on that. But over the past week, I've had a lot of people who say, I've seen this that you posted. This was so funny. You are hilarious. I watch all your stuff, but I've never seen their name pop up on anything saying they liked it and I'm talking about Facebook and Instagram. That's where a lot of people are telling me, I've seen this, I've seen that, but nobody is liking my stuff. How are you seeing it, but you're not liking it? So that for me it's funny, but it's annoying because like, can y'all just like it? Y'all see I'm trying. And if I'm getting on your nerves, unfollow, unfriend, or put me on pause for 30 days. On mute. I think it's mute on social media. Anyway. But yeah, I've had a lot of people come up to me like, every time I get on my social media, you the first face I see. And you still don't like nothing. That has been discouraging just a little bit. It has been annoying just a little bit. But I do want to give a huge shout out Shout out. Because I've been posting, because I've still been putting my stuff out there, even when I feel like nobody has been paying attention and nobody has been seeing me. I got a big win today, literally August 15th, day 15. I got a big win about 2 hours ago, and basically the African-American Heritage Advisory Board for Aurora, which is where I'm from, just recognized me in my business. And I'm like, I'm excited and I'm grateful because of the simple fact that y'all see me. Somebody's watching me. There are people who are watching you, and somebody said, like, don't worry about the likes. They watching, they see you, obviously, right? But like, seeing me like this, to recognize me in my business, spelling my name right, spelling my business stuff right, that means you paying attention and you're being intentional. And I think that for me is like, I'm in alignment. That's how I feel. Like, I feel like I'm in alignment. I'm excited about that. So emotions can flow because of that as well. Like, my emotions are not necessarily up and down like a roller coaster. My emotions are being felt more. Always been sensitive. I'm already sensitive and feel emotions. I'm an empath. I feel way too much. Okay. But for me now, I'm more spiritually sensitive, more in tune with my emotions and in tune with my body, which means that I know why I'm feeling a certain way now. These days, I know exactly what the issue is, what happened. I can recall that. Before it was, I don't know why I'm feeling this way. I want to cry, but I don't know why. No, I can pinpoint it. This situation just took place. They said this to me. I've had this negative feeling from this person, or I got a text, but I didn't like what was said in that message, or certain things like that. You did this online. How do you feel about the results? I don't like how the feedback I'm getting from it, things like that. Or it's day 15. I'm halfway there. I said I want to make $5,000. I haven't made, okay. I haven't even made 10% of that. And so it's just like, I know exactly why I'm feeling the way that I feel, and at this point it's like, it is what it is. But one thing I would like to say is, physically, I'm not on autopilot anymore. Like, I'm being very intentional with my time, being very intentional with what I'm investing in as far as my time, my money, and all of that. So I'm paying attention to what I give my attention to. So that's a good thing as far as physically. Now lately I have been feeling like my body is trying to get a little sick. And I think it's just because of the fact that I've been on camera, staying up a little, not too late, but it's just, I've been moving a lot more than usual. And I think my body is kind of saying like, all right, ease up. Don't forget about me, take care of me. So I still been taking supplements and things. I started taking those again just to make sure that my body is okay. So like oil of oregano, and they say suck on a key lime. I've been putting key limes in my water and doing that as well because it helps with maybe making the body more alkaline. Not sure. But that's just a wild guess. But anywho, I also want to add the fact that this 30-day challenge has put me in a position to trust myself so much more. I trust why I'm making the decisions I'm making, and I trust that this person that I'm seeing, as far as the drive that I have and what I've been up to, I trust that person to lead me to where I need to be. I don't think I ever had an issue with trusting. You know what? I would say it was hard for me to trust myself when it came down to my discipline and my structure and my organization. I had an issue when it comes down to that. But this 30-day challenge has put me in a position to where, oh yeah, she could take me anywhere. And I'm talking about me and she, okay? She could take me anywhere. I know, I trust myself well enough to say, I know what I'm doing for real this time. Like, I know what I'm doing. So I trust that, again, back to the beginning, it's not an if it's gonna happen, it's when. Because I trust that I'm doing everything I'm supposed to be doing, and I'm okay with every decision that I've made. No regrets, especially in this past 15 days, no regrets at all. I've been moving, I've been doing everything that I'm supposed to be doing. So I definitely want to say that I've been proving to myself that I can take this content creation and serial entrepreneurship full time for real. And outside looking in, everybody, you know, probably already thought I was doing that. There was no discipline, there was no structure, no organization, none of that, like, or no drive, no motivation either. But this time around, I think I got that on lock. I think I'll be okay with that. So I have my notes here that I've been looking at just in case you had questions. But anywho, and also my main thing was, how am I going to be consistent when it comes down to being outside of this 30-day challenge? So I've been doing some research and figuring out, based on the market trends, like what are people searching that's related to my business and related to my content, to see like what's relevant. I want to remain relevant outside of this 30-day challenge. So I've been up to that as well, trying to figure out how can we make moves and still make strides when we're not doing a consistent daily challenge. So I think I'm ready, because we also are about to go into Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and the Q4, and I'm really nervous about that. But I know that these actions, these seeds that I've been planting from January to now, Q4 is probably going to be my best. I'm going to claim that it's going to be my best year yet, because there is no way that I'm not going to be able to reap in my same season. In the Bible, in Genesis, it was Isaac. He was able to reap in the same season he sown in. So I'm going to reap harvest in the same season I've sown in. Absolutely, 100%. So I want to end this with talking about my goals for the year, specifically like this challenge. I obviously would love to tap into the 6-figure realm before the end of the year, whatever that looks like. If I get some type of brand deal, or something that comes with content creation, if I get some type of freelance position, job opportunity that gets me to that 6 figures before December 2025, I'm not going to, that's 6 figures. I'm not going to argue with you or them or me. Okay? If it's a God ordained situation and opportunity, then yes, that is a goal of mine. I also want to be monetized on 6 out of the 12, 13 platforms that I'm on currently, my social media platforms. So I'm trying to remain active on those main 6. But at this point, all it takes is one video. So I'm in the process of trying to make that one video. Okay. And I would like consistent income. Now, mind you, consistent income for me in my mind looks like some months it could be $12,000 a month. Some months it could be $6,000 a month. I just want my home, my rent, my mortgage to be paid for, and I don't have to worry about where the next check is coming from. I don't want to have to worry about that at all. So that's consistent income for me. Something that can get me debt free, get me financially free, and get me into a position where I can start investing in real estate, investing in my businesses, and investing in people who can also take my business to another level as far as content creation, social media management, and people who can get grants and things like that for my business. So that's important for me. And my final main goal for the rest of this year is to not trade my time for my money. After seeing in day 13, I shared that on Amazon, I ended up getting some orders and didn't know money was coming my way. That's the type of thing that I would like. I don't want to trade my time for money anymore. And so at the end of the day, I know I'm doing everything that I have to do to reap my harvest in the same season I've sown in. I've sown good seeds in good soil, so I know my harvest is coming, and I'm excited about that. I'm excited to see what God has in store for me. One of my subscribers said that they can't wait to see what this challenge unfolds for me, and I'm here for that. I'm here for it. I can't wait to see what God has for me as well. So I just want to say thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for tuning in with me. It is day 15. We got 15 more days to go. So if you can give this video a thumbs up, go ahead, comment. Tell me what your favorite video is out of all the days from day 1 to day 15. And then click that subscribe button if you have not done so. And I appreciate you all for sticking it out with me. Stay tuned. Day 16 is on the way. And I appreciate you all so much. I love y'all. Peace.